Oh, yeah.
Hey, now.
All right, man.
There you go.
Yes. Right,
There you go.
This is on. We're set. We're recording. All right, man. We made it here. It's Sunday, Mike. Happy
Sunday.
happy weekend. Coming to a close, man. I swear these it was just Monday last week and now I'm like gearing up for Monday. I don't know where it's something's going. They're cranking that CERN machine or something, man.
Crazy.
I'm telling you. I'm not buying this baloney that time moves faster because you're aging. I think there's something going on with the sun. Actually, you know what? I'm starting right now. I'm going to be the first to do this. I'm blaming the warp speed of our time on that interstellar alien galactic ship that's coming to destroy us all, that's sweeping by the sun. Now, that's what
man.
That ship cruising through intergalactic space is speeding up time in our solar system, and that's why this weekend just flew by. I mean, I usually, I spend Sunday just crushing a lot of IPAs and heavy sour beers from my local favorite brewery, Four Noses. I only had like 2 or 3 beers yesterday, and we ran out early, didn't restock, kind of just kept it light, did some grilling, and I went to bed early. So yesterday didn't disappear time-wise from me, but for some reason it feels like it was warp speed Friday afternoon to this point, Sunday afternoon. I'm already in Monday mode, man. The mind is already there on Monday.
Weekend's over. Yep,
It's
weekend's
really
over.
awful, man. And I was thinking about, this is crazy too. Friday's a really great day for us in the marijuana transportation industry. Most grows and MIPS and these places where they're manufacturing the concentrates, they're not working on Fridays. If they are, they're out of there by noon, 2 o'clock at best. So there's really not much for us to do in the office there on Friday. So we usually get out a little earlier than the typical 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock time. We usually bust out around 2:30-ish. It's really nice. We love to do it. And I was cruising home on Friday, and I take the same route every day. You guys all know, I've discussed it many a times, the Santa Fe and Alameda squeegee boys that like to come out there. Same route. I'm always going through this intersection. I swear to God, the freight trains never roll through this intersection except for Friday afternoon at 3 p.m., and it always just stops and doesn't move for like an indiscriminate amount of time. I believe wholly to just, it's designed purposely by the city to just totally screw over all the taxpayers wanting to get home. Just a slight jump on the weekend, We've slaved away all week. It's Friday. It's right before 3 o'clock when the normal traffic stops to start turning and burning. Click on that signal, gates drop, freight train rolls through and just stops dead in its tracks for 15 minutes.
Well, see, I think you're just running into the same problem there as the guys in the train yard. It's Friday afternoon. Nobody wants to do it. Everybody's already minds on the weekend.
They too want to leave early and get home. Yeah, exactly.
That's why that train has got nowhere to go. Right? It's clear the tracks. You know what I mean?
It's this kind of like we're all intersecting at the same moment in time, trying to get done with our day early. Absolutely.
Right. See, for us, it's the total opposite. Everybody in the plumbing world knows everything blows up on Friday.
Right, because everyone's trying to leave.
Always end up working late. Like Friday, I was working till like 5:30. Get the call at 4:45. Can you work tomorrow?
Wow, man. Brutal, bro.
Brutal, I didn't do it, but
good, nice. Oh, that's a union life right there. You get the choice.
I needed the day off.
I was thinking, though, even though the freight train came through, I was able to swing. I know all the side roads and the routes where you can dip, dive, dodge, and avoid the train situation. And, I was cruising through, but it was also early in the day, and I was kind of cruising through and I thought, man, nothing's gonna bother me right now. It's Friday afternoon. There's literally no better time of the week. Like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, Friday. It's the furthest point from when you have to work again.
Right.
It's the most glorious time of the week. Friday afternoon, man. Nothing can bother me on a Friday afternoon, I realize, because the only thing I have to think about is sleeping in and enjoying my Saturday. So that's the moment right there. For anyone who's the 9 to 5, Monday through Friday kind of guy. If you're rocking the weekends, it's a different feeling, but, I think we all have our Friday. Wherever your Friday lands on the week, that's the best moment when you clock out right at that time. That happy hour on Friday, that's the best time of your life every week. And then it's a countdown to misery.
Saturdays are better. I don't care.
No, I love Saturday.
Even Friday night, I'm like too tired to do anything.
No, I love Friday because I have Saturday to look. Oh, you got Saturday coming, man. That's the best part. Like, I can't wait for Saturday. You have that Saturday vibe rolling through you, right? But it's Friday, man.
You know what kills me is Saturday. I don't really want to do anything stressful, but it kills me because I've been trying to buy a car. I'm not open on Sundays, man.
Right.
Why can't we have why can't dealerships be open on Sundays?
Yes.
Crazy. Such a stupid law.
Well, they want you to take off time from your day, not get paid, and
go car shopping.
Go car shopping.
Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, man. Well, so good news for you, Mike. Are you now officially a plumber? What's the deal here? Are we celebrating? Did you pass? Did you fail? Do we not know?
Don't know. Probably find out sometime this week.
Wow, all right. They like to keep the tension tight there. So maybe cause you some sleepless nights, right?
Yeah, I don't even know. I mean, it's all Scantron, and then they upload it to a website. I don't understand how hard it can be. Why it takes 10 business days, but
right. Well,
I don't know. I don't make the rules.
I know. Yeah, I know how that goes. Well, we're here on Sunday, and like I alluded to, it's the worst part of the weekend, right? Because we're heading into Monday. But
still better than any part of the week, though. Still good.
I was out in the yard all day today, and sure enough, chemtrails once again, and now we have the storms rolling in, so we picked a perfect time to start the show.
Hope you're picking some weeds, man. Those are some tall-ass weeds.
No, I got my weed section. I told you I go all natural for the weed. You let certain parts grow.
No,
natural takeover.
Yeah. Whatever you want to call it laziness, that's fine. But you got to pick some weeds, my man. Cut those weeds down.
Oh man, but I was hanging out after I was in the yard, and I decided, it's getting a little hot out there. I might crank the AC, put on the old tube, and check out some sports. It's summertime. I know there's new sports going on these days, and I thought, you know what? I'm gonna do something unusual. I'm gonna tap into WNBA. Everybody's talking about it. It's making the waves. Everyone's really into this whole WNBA thing. And then I find out, they're tossing dildos left and right over here at these NBA games. Yeah, man.
Big green dildos. That's so funny. The green dildos. And on there's even you could bet on some of these sites what color the dildo is going to be next.
Yes, I did see that actually.
So
yeah, it's absolutely hilarious. The betting odds actually were 7-1, I believe. For the most recent game, they were betting that it would be a skin tone dildo, the white skin tone, white person dildo. So I hope the fellows out there won. This is all absolutely freaking hilarious what's been going on with this.
Funny.
So they've been tossing. So it's the green. A lot of green dildos. There was a purple dildo the other day. Pretty fantastic. Now, it's come out recently that a cryptocurrency group behind a meme coin. Mike, you love the meme coins, right? Doge, isn't that a meme coin? Maybe, potentially. This is called a green dildo coin. They've claimed responsibility for throwing the neon green sex toys at six. They did it at 6 WNBA games starting on July 29th. And this was all absolute genius. This was to promote the launch of their new coin. And apparently the group, they're claiming that they are protesting, quote, the toxic environment in the crypto world. And they coordinated these pranks to purposefully gain viral attention. And according to some of the anonymous spokespeople, it was just a prank. They didn't really, mean to hurt anybody or offend anyone.
But you know what that means? Sell your green dildo coin. It's gonna tank.
Yes. Yeah, well that's how the scam works, if I'm not mistaken, with the meme coins, right?
The pump and dump.
The pump and dump. That's
it. Pump and dump.
Now, pump and dump, is that a little risque wording for a dildo when we're talking dildos here? A little pump and dump. I don't know if that's PC. I think we'll get away with it on the podcast world here, but so here this was one of the first ones, I think, where we had the green dildo. They're playing. I'm going to say this to the WNBA here. Very cool coordination on the colors with the court. I think it's kind of jazzy.
Cool.
Yeah, it's pretty kick-ass. And the black court really shows the green dildo when it comes flying onto the screen. As you can see here, you can see the first bounce right there in the midsection just north of the foul line, and it kind of comes to its own there mid-court, bounces off to the side. I like how they keep playing. There's another one where they just kick it off to the side.
Man, they're so boring to watch. Do you see that gameplay? Like,
yeah, it's not.
It's like slow motion.
I know, it's rough. It's a rough scene.
Man.
There in the WNBA. But I'm a huge fan of the whole green dildo thing. Apparently, as a reaction to this phenomenon, let's see here. Where did I go with it? As a reaction, they're now putting up these nets. You can see they got nets now at the game starting this weekend, so they can catch.
Come on!
So they could catch the dildos in mid-flight.
All right.
I love this story, dude. This is the funniest freaking story of all time, man.
Yeah, it's a joke.
Well, it started off as this meme joke coin thing, the meme coin guys. But we're just in a really great point in time. This is the new world order that we're living in, which is why I love this. We're now in a moment where viral sensations and things that sweep YouTube and X and TikTok, these are events that are more newsworthy than what the legacy media news is trying to force us to absorb and retain. And so we're living this glorious time now where, because of the virality of a topic, one night on the prime time slot, Jake Tapper has to go on to CNN and with a straight face look into the camera and discuss Brigitte Macron having a penis, allegedly.
Right.
And there being a lawsuit now, because he didn't, obviously him and CNN don't want to report on Brigitte Macron's alleged penis, but they have to, because millions of people are on YouTube retweeting and talking about the Candace Owens lawsuit and the Brigitte Macron being a man. And so now we're living in this world where bunch of dudes decide to throw some green neon dildos at these WNBA games, and this is news. This is now news in our world, and this is why we live in a great time, because I hearken back to CNN. They're trying to get back into the zeitgeist. They're trying to be hip again, and so they need to report on what's going on, and we're just living in good times. Like I said, Jake Tapper's reporting on Brigitte Macron's penis, and we got this gal now having to talk about green dildos flying around at WNBA games.
The WNBA.
Oh, yeah.
The problem is they're just too late all the time now. Like, you could just go on to X and see what CNN's going to talk about in 3 days. Every time.
Right. Absolutely. But in order to be relevant, CNN has to report on it. So here we are we're talking green dildos on CNN, man. Look at the Chiron sex toys at WNBA games linked to crypto group pranks, man. I mean, this is awesome. This is really funny. And by the way, I want to remind people, and we're going to throw it up there in a few minutes right after, Trump is literally ushering peace deals left and right across the globe, and CNN's like, we got to talk about these green dildos. Everybody's talking about it.
We don't care about. We don't care. We don't want to show anything he did good. Right?
Trump's winning so much that they're like, we got to do the green dildos at the WNBA games. It's the only
taco
way.
Didn't work.
That's right. I'm living for this moment here in time, folks.
The WNBA is cracking down on dildos being thrown onto the court during games. The sex toys have shown up 6 different times from Atlanta to LA, posing a risk to players.
It's ridiculous. It's dumb. It's corny. It's stupid. It's also dangerous.
And this is why no one's tuning in. Laugh at yourself. Have
Can
fun
we call
with
it what it is? It's brave. Because everybody's going to look from the direction that dildo came, and there's only 2 people sitting in that section. You know what I mean? It's impossible to get away with this stunt at a WNBA game. You know?
Not like it's a packed arena for the Nuggets versus the Lakers, right? Yeah.
There's 3 people there that aren't related to the players.
And, player safety is number 1. Respecting the game, all those things. I think it's really stupid.
So what is this?
Listen, I do have to point out here, one thing I've noticed is the black female players. They wear the wig, the fake lashes, they're doing all the makeup, and they even complain that they're expected to look beautiful while they play. And then you get this homely white girl that just that's the white privilege, man. The white girls don't even try. I mean, Caitlin Clark is not like this gorgeous bombshell walking around the court, you know?
Absolutely.
That's not your mother, it's a man, baby!
Have you seen Brittany Griner? Have you listened to her voice? Have you listened to that voice on Brittany Griner?
That's a man. She's a man. Absolutely, man.
It's a man, baby!
Yeah, dude, it is funny. Great call on the white privilege for Caitlin Clark. Not dolling it up in the post game or with the fake eyelashes. Like Angel Reese is out there and she could barely turn her head. She's caked on so much makeup. You know what I'm saying? Like she's barely
she's got
able
the
to
wig on. She's got the lashes.
And I didn't play it. I didn't play the clip. I didn't want to make fun of it really, but there was a de-wigging incident that occurred right before all the dildos started flying. So one may argue, actually, this was a PR stunt by the WNBA to distract from the de-wigging that occurred.
It wasn't that there was a de-wig. It was that you stopped the game because a wig fell off. Like, that's
well, you're not serious.
I mean, to be fair, we stopped so we could pat LeBron James' ego. Stop WNBA or NBA games.
NBA is just not a sport anymore. Man, I was watching last night the Savannah Bananas. Have you tapped into this sensation?
We were watching that at the bar the other day. Yeah, the guy on the stilts pitching the ball.
Yeah, so they've been doing a world tour. They're going to all these stadiums around the country, and they came here to Coors Field last night.
Wow.
I know some people who lucked out, won a lottery to go. Some people forked up the buco bucks to be at the event. Watching the game, I regret not trying to jump on the tickets earlier on, dude. I think baseball needs to take a little bit from the Savannah Bananas, man. I mean, they're putting on a great show. There's a lot of crowd interaction, the lights flashing on and off. I mean, not the stilts and what have you, but, maybe the sleeveless jerseys I thought was kind of hilarious. One dude walked up almost not even wearing a jersey. The thing was like half ripped off and the sleeves ripped off, and he cranked a dinger and the crowd went crazy, and it was just really, really entertaining. Maybe WNBA can tap into something like that, right? This dildo thing, in my opinion, is a golden egg that they should really harness and play into. Embrace the dildo.
Good call. Yeah, like have a dildo mascot.
Well, you're psycho, bro. I was telling Emma the other day, at baseball games, this is pretty common in most stadiums, during the commercial break, between innings, they bring out these like it'll be like a hot dog and a slice of pizza and the French fry, and they'll
the
race.
Pepsi.
Yeah, and they'll race each other, and you bet on who wins. You know, bring out the different colored dildos and have them race each other around the court, right? Or I was remembering when we used to.
Then it's like on your ticket. Oh, I got the blue dildo.
Yeah,
he wins,
exactly.
I get a free pizza.
You get a free dildo when you leave. They give you a dildo, right? Come on, just go all in on the dildos, man. I was thinking like when we were kids, we used to go to see the Chicago Wolves. They were a cheaper. It was like the AAA of hockey, and it was cheaper tickets for families to go to instead of seeing the Blackhawks at United Center. And remember the Wolves in intermission, the Wolf mascot he had like a bazooka cannon thing where he would shoot T-shirts into the crowd, get a dildo mascot, run around the court with one of those bazookas and launch some dildos into the crowd. Turn the tables. Instead of them launching the dildos on you, launch the dildos in.
That's all they need is a video of a little kid sitting there in a dildo.
Smacked with a dildo. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's not a good call. Not a good image. But, embrace the dildo is all I'm saying. Really roll with it. Maybe not dildos, but T-shirts. Because it's a T-shirt cannon with the dildo on the T-shirt, right?
Okay.
Yeah, man. I had a bunch of ideas, actually. What was the other one here?
For the PR team.
Oh, yeah, and then, so this is my favorite one, actually. Anyone who's a fan of American football and the NFL, what has kind of been a staple of football games for generations, the Goodyear blimp. Right? WNBA. Get yourself a commissioned dildo blimp. Have the blimp show up at all the WNBA games. You do the dildo cam from the blimp of the stadium, people outside,
It could just be an inflatable dildo on a drone.
Exactly. Just fly it around the stadium, man. Just a nice dildo blimp. Call. Yeah, man. Just really, really go for it. And then next year, for your slogan, every year they have this slogan. All the sports leagues do it. It's always something Nike-esque, just do it, or ride the wave, or whatever it is. And I think they should just really hone in on it for next year. Ride the dildo. I think it's all right there. I think everybody. Everyone's just come on, man. I think you got something here. There's something to work with on this. There's some meat on this bone that I think the WNBA should tap into and just go all the way with it. So that's my whole
a hat trick. You got a dildo trick.
Well, yeah,
dude. Shot 3 threes.
Yes.
Everybody throws their dildos.
Dude, right on. Dude, they do it in hockey. They throw rubber rats at some games. They do one. There was a hockey game. Someone threw a live octopus onto the rink one time. I mean, they get weird with it. I mean, they're Canadian. A lot of them are Canadians. They're really strange.
I'm just impressed you got it in there.
Yeah, how do you go about sneaking in an octopus?
Octopus are hard, man. Those things are smart.
Unless the octopus likes you and it just kind of sticks to you while you go through security.
I think that would hurt, man. That thing's like biting you. Right?
Yeah. Oof. And I was reminded of, this is really old school and quite famous in the Chicagoland area, Mike, but you remember this. Back in 1992 or 93, very famously at halftime, a guy threw a basketball full court and won $1 million on the shot. And
it didn't get paid.
I think he eventually got it, but like Michael Jordan hugged him when it happened. It was a really awesome thing. Do the dildo shot. Have someone come out, full court dildo toss if they get it into... Right. Or, because we like to see a lot of dildos, make them neon colored, get some black lights and turn down the lights and then give them a basket of dildos. You get $1,000 per dildo in the basket full court.
Those are hard. You throw it like a football.
That's what I'm saying.
Depends on the size, too.
Dildo technique. It's all about the grip, in my opinion. I think that's what it really comes down to when you're tossing dildos. But I think there's just, instead of putting up the net and being a sourpuss about it, and I use the word sourpuss on purpose. Yes, that's right. It's a bit
like that.
If you're going to do that, you're going to lose what little fan base you've already gotten through Caitlin Clark, who's injured right now because you people can't stand a white girl's the face of your league, so you're beating the shit out of her on every play. Like, literally.
Shit out of her, dude. It's crazy.
It's crazy. So it's really funny to me.
I hope they just bring a bunch of dildos. That would be really funny if everybody threw a bunch of dildos and you just see them stuck in the net.
Yes.
In the middle of
Oh
the game,
yeah.
now
Then
you just got floating dildos.
well, this is a great. It's good for the economy. You're creating new jobs. Dildo catcher. There's a guy now who's gonna have to go out there and like get the dildos off the net.
Good
Right?
call, good
Yeah.
call.
Yeah. That's funny. That's a great call. You're gonna have a bunch of neon dildos just hanging.
Just floating in air.
Yeah.
Poor WNBA.
They can't catch a break, man.
They can't get out of their own way. That's the problem.
Well, they're right before all of this, it went semi-viral on the Twitters. Some chick I've never heard of was being asked by some fan for an autograph, and she like poo-pooed him for being creepy and weird for wanting her autograph. And it's like, well, then you don't want fans. You don't want people watching. I mean, so now, if I'm to understand your whole philosophy, WNBA, your superstars are only allowed to be black. That's rule number one. They have to be black lesbians. That's the standard. Yeah. And then no white men can be your fans. I hate to break it to you, WNBA, but the biggest base of fandom in America are fat white dudes. Those are the guys.
Who do you think's buying all the tickets?
They're the dudes on what is it? Sportsbook.
FanDuel, yeah.
FanDuel. They're the ones that are watching your games because they are making bets and making some money off of it.
Which, you're talking about that half-court shot. The reason Jordan hugged the guy is because he had money on him making the shot. That's why if you watch the clip, Jordan's more excited than the guy who made the shot. It's so good. The 90s.
Yeah, good call, dude. Oh, man. So, yeah, can't catch a break. Poor WNBA. But good times. We needed that kind of distraction in our lives, I feel like. There's too much seriousness out there in the world. People are kind of getting caught up too much in their political sides and wanting to prove their political side or their points. And I mean, we were caught up in group texts with our own family, and they're dropping the taco nonsense.
Dude. Oh, God. All right, Dad, we know you're a Democrat. Jesus Christ.
The taco, it's really funny. They tried so hard to push this taco thing. They had Eric Swalwell eating Taco Bell at his desk. And it just never caught on.
You want to know how I know you failed? The only person I've heard say it in real life is a 65-year-old white man from the suburbs. So good job, Eric. You really nailed it with the taco.
The only people reciting your slogans is that slim 25% of the public still watching cable television, man.
Yeah,
That's
boomers.
it.
Yeah,
Boomers, dude. Absolutely. What's
so
funny
crazy.
is...
And it doesn't even make sense.
No, it makes no sense.
Because you're saying he chickens out on everything, and then you're complaining that his tariffs are ruining the economy. How could his tariffs ruin the economy if he's chickening out?
Yes, dude, exactly. And he's kind of winning.
He is winning. I don't know if you saw, but they kind of admitted that the reason the tariffs are working is because the people who are importing have to pay the tariff, right?
Yes.
And what that's doing is it's causing the manufacturers in these other countries to lower the price on the importer to make up for the tariff. Because if they sell it at normal price, then you add on the tariff. Well, now you're no longer competitive with the things made in America.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So that's why that's why we haven't seen the inflation, you know what I mean, the uptick in prices.
No, it's a great call. I don't know. I know people are really worked up about all the Epstein stuff, and me personally still not happy that we're not stopping the chemtrailing and all that, but I see a lot of positives coming out of this administration. We're still just 8 months in, but I thought this really didn't get enough press as it should have. Apple announced an expansion of its U.S. investments, planning to spend $600 billion over 4 years.
Damn.
Here in America.
Could you imagine if we actually started making iPhones in America? Crazy.
Well, this is they're claiming they're going to make they're making the smart glass.
Yeah,
and
the screens.
it's going to be made in Kentucky, and it's bringing a bunch of manufacturing jobs here. And this came about as Trump was threatening 100% tariffs on imported semiconductors for Apple. And so, I don't know. I think maybe he's succeeding on some level. I mean, we voted him in so we could bring jobs back to America and boost our economy. And, no, we're not making the entire iPhone here in America. Maybe not yet. Maybe eventually it'll get to a point where it's more beneficial for us to make our stuff here. I mean, look what happened with the Israelis, Mossad, and the cell phones and pagers that Hezbollah was using. Maybe not such a great idea to trust our adversaries to be making the tech that we're all using on an every single day basis.
It doesn't even matter where you make the phone. We're going to download their app.
So we're screwed either way.
No matter what, yeah.
And then let me use this opportunity to take a moment to just thank our future Chinese overlords and let them know if you need a podcast to celebrate Chikungunya, Hiroshima, we are so sorry.
We accept yen.
Nagasaki. Yeah, man. We just got to cover all our bases there.
Dude, you ever see that those videos of the Queen's Guard over in Britain? The ones that are on the horse.
Yes.
And
yeah,
everybody goes and takes pictures with it.
Because they can't move, right? Or react to...
They're not supposed to, but the horse will... The guy on the horse will, the horse will bite you sometimes. Oh, it's really funny. It's really funny, but there's a white line you're not supposed to pass, if you want to take a picture and everything.
Yeah.
They show tourists from different countries. You could totally tell the Americans. Just don't give a fuck. Think they can go anywhere, do anything. They ignore the sign. They ignore the white line, and then get mad at the guy when the horse bites them. It's your fault that I didn't follow the rules. But the best was the Japanese. Every single one of them, they don't get too close to the line, and then when they're done, they bow to the horse.
Oh, yeah, very respectful, clean.
I love the bow, yeah.
Yeah, it's such a better culture. It's too bad they're rapidly dying out. They're actually, I saw a statistic this week where they have reached officially 900,000 deaths per year. I think to where they're not replacing. If that makes sense.
Yeah. They're losing 900,000 more than they're gaining.
Than what they're gaining, and they're predicting that by next year they'll be losing 1 million people versus what they're bringing in, which that basically means the Japanese will be long gone. But I foresee some excellent real estate opportunities in Japan coming down the pike, my man. Yeah, that's right.
Right. Maybe time to move.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of sushi, but I like the noodles. I think the noodle game is pretty strong there in Japan.
I like the clean streets.
I love
Have you seen those subways? Clean, quiet, no homeless guys jerking off in the corner. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, there's no need for Daniel Pennies out there in Japan, right?
No.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Good stuff, Mike. Well, we're living in funny times right now. I do think we're cruising through a lot of distractions, and it's really hard to grasp on, what we should be thinking about, focusing on. And I know we have a lot of Epstein stans out there, people who are just really devoted and obsessed with Trump and company getting the info out there, finally revealing to the world who was on the list. I still don't believe there was a list. I don't think it's of the greatest importance because I think we all know who's on the list. And I also think
it doesn't matter.
I also think that it's not a shocker on any level when a leaked FBI document obtained by RadarOnline.com and reported by the Gateway Pundit reveals that Jeffrey Epstein, disgraced financier and convicted pedophile, was secretly working as an FBI informant before his 2007 plea deal. And let me hit you there. Yeah, that's right.
No, not even. I already knew it. It was obvious.
Oh, come on, man. Already knew it?
Everybody knew it. Come on. That's why he was able to get away with everything.
A document dated September 11th, 2008 states that Epstein was providing information to the FBI as part of an agreement with the state of Florida where he was being prosecuted. As long as he complied with this agreement, no federal prosecution would occur. This revelation extends the timeline of Epstein's ties to the FBI, suggesting he was an active source earlier than previously thought. Sources claim these documents indicate Epstein's immunity may have stemmed from his value as an intelligence asset, raising questions about what information he provided and who else was involved. U.S. Attorney Alex Acosta famously, who oversaw the Epstein plea deal, reported that he was told to back off because, quote, Epstein belonged to intelligence. Yeah.
All right.
Dude, we've been talking about this since day one, and I love all the people, oh, he's Mossad and Bibi Netanyahu. It's like, dude, I think before any of this, he was working with our three-letter agencies. Can we start there first? And then maybe
they're all the same.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe then MI6, because he was diddling along with the royal members, and you know, obviously Mossad probably in it the whole time, but FBI, CIA people.
Yeah, we'll put an analogy that you could understand. See, Epstein was the little girl being trafficked in the intelligence world. Passed around to different agencies. Bought and sold.
Yeah, great call, man. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just glad there's finally some just valid journalistic information out there. Hey, man, we know he was definitely FBI, almost certainly CIA. Sure, Mossad, MI6, why not? I mean, he was already with the other agencies. And
come on, it doesn't matter.
Come on,
That's why
man.
we'll never find out who was there. It's
yes,
dead,
yes.
you know?
No, it's a. I can't believe I'm saying this, but the Epstein thing is kind of a nothing burger, unfortunately, because we'll never get any information. If there's a 3-letter agency that can compromise powerful individuals, they were working with Epstein at some point, if not at the same exact point. Yes, dude.
Yeah. All of them around the world.
Yes, man. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I'm not interested in Epstein.
That's funny. I love the Epstein stuff. I really do. It's a fascinating tale, but I think we know the story at this point. I keep bringing it up all the time, but you know, can we get some definitive answers on the coup d'etat in 1963 where we wiped out a president and basically his family? You know, we killed him, his brother, and then killed his son 30 years later in a tragic plane crash.
Who cares?
Who cares? I like it, but the Epstein thing for me always seemed like, oh man, we're never going to get anything out of that one. That's just never going to happen, right?
They washed their hands of it. He killed himself. There were no files.
Exactly.
That's it.
Absolutely. And the
Problem solved.
same thing goes for Diddy. I love how everybody thought we were going to get some good stuff out of Diddy. I consider myself the most disappointed of the Diddy fanatics because I really thought we would not get like serious names or, you know, the Obamas. Oh man, Big Mike Obama was the big player. Like I wish there was like Big Mike just getting down and dirty at these.
He was the prostitute peeing on Diddy's wife. What are you talking about?
But mostly with Diddy, I thought we were gonna get some salacious stories about like Ashton Kutcher's friends and, you know, Bieber and Meek Mills and all that. Never got any of it. And ultimately, the dude never got convicted of the trafficking, really, or anything serious in nature. And what do they report this week? Sean Diddy Combs plotting major career comeback at Madison Square Garden after prison release. Yeah, he's back, baby.
Did you see that little note underneath it? Featuring Will Smith. They're both going to rap about how they both really love pretty girls.
Excuse me?
It's called the Pretty Girl Comeback Tour, you know?
Apparently, I've heard rumors, but according to the article, Combs and his lawyer are genuinely seeking a pardon from Donald Trump. And Trump hasn't, you know, actually responded
That's
to it. I think maybe that's one pardon we won't see in the near future.
It'd be great if he teamed up with Kanye.
Dude,
Yeah,
just form a rap
collab.
trio. Kanye, Diddy, Big Willie, and
R.
just
Kelly.
Oh yeah, just
The Mount
all
Rushmore
of disgraced rappers. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Everybody forgets about R. Kelly. He's like the only one that like definitely guilty, probably gonna die in prison.
Yeah, he didn't have the right connections. He never got involved with the 3-letter agencies. That's his whole problem.
Oh, good call.
You know?
Good call.
If you're a young fella out there and you're on the cusp of being some sort of pop star or hip hop sensation, connect with the CIA or FBI just to make sure you can get out of jail free in the future, right?
And if we learned anything, you could fuck all the underage boys you want,
Yes.
not the girls. That's
Exactly. Yeah, that's
where
funny. Yeah.
bring in a Canadian boy, 14 years old, rape him all weekend long with your buddies. Nobody cares. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nobody will ever bat an eye or talk about it again. And
No, you could even go on one of the nightly shows and brag about it.
it's
great.
amazing. Yeah, that's right. And Ashton Kutcher and his friends seem to have made out all right. Right?
Unscathed.
Leo DiCaprio, still famous. Nobody's talking about him going to these parties. So good for Diddy. I look forward to the comeback show. I'm sure it'll be on Netflix or something. And then I like this idea. I think there is a future lineup on a really kick-ass tour down the line. A nice summer tour. Diddy, Kanye, Will Smith. I don't think R. Kelly will make it, unfortunately. But, you know, they could do hologram R. Kelly. Right? They were doing that with Tupac for a while.
On like the grand scale of things, like Kanye's kind of the best one.
He's
Not really
genuinely
accused of raping anybody or
good call. Yeah.
Just being a little crazy, liking Hitler.
Yeah, I don't even know if he actually likes Hitler. I just think
I think he was just proving a point.
I don't know how the synergy of Kanye and Hitler happened, but it has to do something with them connecting him to fascist. I think, didn't he become a fascist because he wore the MAGA hat? Isn't that officially what made him the fascist?
I'm not too sure. Yeah, I don't know what made him the fascist.
I can't remember. Emma had a friend over, and they were kind of kicking back some brews and got a little political with the conversations. And, you know, Emma brought up kind of her general disgust back last July after the Trump assassination attempts with people online, celebrities, and then also people that we all know in our inner circles and family members who expressed just an open desire to see that man murdered on live TV, to see Trump get assassinated. I mean,
I know.
John Leguizamo. There were all these celebrities. Remember, it made Tenacious D break up live on stage because the guy literally said, you know, he wished the bullets would hit him next time, you know. But yeah, Emma was saying or expressing her disgust with people, like how could people possibly feel okay with themselves discussing a desire to see Trump be murdered or anyone in general. And I said, you know, look at it from their perspectives. He's Hitler.
Yeah, why wouldn't you want Hitler to die?
You brainwash these people to think this guy's Hitler. If he's Hitler, if there's one guy in the history of modern America that it's okay to openly say, man, I would kill that guy if I had the chance, it's Hitler. Hitler's like the one guy everyone's okay with killing.
It's the one thing everybody would do if they had a time machine.
Exactly.
Like
you go back, you kill Hitler, man. Exactly,
yeah, baby
dude.
Hitler.
Right, exactly.
You know?
So that's why when they attempted to kill Trump and the aftermath was people openly saying like, it's too bad the bullets missed him, because in their mind, they're discussing Hitler. This guy is literally Hitler in their mind. That is mass brainwashing on a level I don't think we've ever seen in the modern
it definitely
era.
doesn't go both ways, because I never heard anybody talk about executing Joe Biden. All
No.
I ever heard was how sad it was
I
that they were taking advantage of this old man.
Yes.
And then people on their left were like, old? No, he's not old. What do you mean? I was just in a meeting with him. He was the best one in the room.
I assure everybody out there, nobody on the right wished death upon Joe Biden. We were watching him literally die on screen in front of us. He was in the process of dying. We were like, somebody help that poor man.
Quite
He's
the
dying.
opposite.
Yes.
Please don't die at
Yes,
the meeting with the world leaders, please.
Well, only because we saw who was right behind him and Kamala Harris. So we were, dude, yeah, that's right. People on the left don't understand. People on the right were praying to God that Joe Biden didn't die. We didn't want Kamala Harris ascending to that position. It would have been the end of the world, man. That would have been it. There
What's
wouldn't
that?
have been
He
an
pooped his
election.
pants in front of the Pope? Yeah, but if we put Kamala in there, it'll be really embarrassing. I'd rather have the guy pooping his pants than that hyena over there.
Oh, man, it's so funny. People on the right were just, to our shock and horror, we were witnessing elder abuse.
Yes.
And
yes.
little did we know then, but now we know for sure, it was so full on that they were using an auto pen to sign every executive order by this guy. I mean, he wasn't lucid on any level. That's crazy, man. I mean, this poor dude. He should have just been in PJs at a nursing home eating soup. I mean, that should have been his...
working on the cancer and
yeah, man. Exactly. No, that's...
terrible. Terrible.
But to be brainwashed to the point where you're wishing death on other people, I mean, that's cuckoo right there. You've gone over the edge, man. You know, you don't even know what you're saying anymore. Yeah, it's TDS.
TDS.
Absolutely. So we're cruising along, Mike. I'm glad we did we do Diddy? I wanted to make sure we got Diddy in there. I had two objectives for today's show: Diddy and flying dildos, and we got them both. I didn't even talk about geoengineering or chemtrails. No, man, we're going right to the flying dildos and the Diddy.
Oh, we'll talk about something real first, then go to the... then we'll do the chemtrails.
Yeah.
Man, we're cooking over here, dude. I wish the Canadian smoke would come back, bring us some cooler weather.
I thought you were in the midst of the smoke. No, that's not hitting you guys anymore.
It went away. The heat came in. Hoping the smoke comes back.
All right, nice. Yeah, I'll call Bill Gates. I'll have him fly over your way, start spraying the the chemicals overhead. Illinois in the news this week, though. I noticed J.B. Pritzker cannot help himself. Dude, this guy...
Just shut up.
I love J.B. Pritzker and Gavin Newsom. Maybe the worst governors in the history of America.
Dude, I know.
Delusionally believe they have a shot at president in 2020. You ran your states into the ground. Who's feeding you this idea that you have a shot to be president in 3 years? It's insane.
Frank, I'm running a state that's bankrupt and people are fleeing. Don't you want me to run your country?
The victim in all of this is Brandon Johnson, mayor of Chicago, the worst DEI hire, second maybe to Karen Bass over in LA. I mean,
Frank, he's a product of the public school system. His children are in the public school system. He is part of the Chicago community. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about any of that. What are you going to do to stop the problems?
He had a press conference last week where he said, we're out of money. We're literally so out of money that we may not be able to run the city anymore. And I didn't know this. The same is happening here. Jared Polis called an emergency session in Colorado because he claimed through the big, beautiful bill, we're no longer receiving some $1 billion in granted federal funding. And so I guess these governors were banking on some fictitious federal funding they were going to get to help pay for all the money they dished out for the migrants that they helped store in their sanctuary cities. And now that money's not coming, and they're like, oh, well, we're broke. So we can't have cops, firefighters, we're not going to clean up your trash, and we're never going to fix your roads again. You're welcome.
Nowhere in there were they like, we're going to stop the health care for the migrants. We're going to stop the hotels for the migrants. We're going to... Chicago mayor announced they got to jack up property taxes.
Yes.
So congratulations, guys. Dude, CPS is $500 million in the hole for the 2025-2026 school year. It starts in 2 weeks.
Yeah, man, I know.
It hasn't even started yet, and they're in the hole.
No, Jared Polis put out a bunch of tweets this week on how we're furloughing government employees and nothing's going to get done, and he blamed Trump. It's like, you moron. You spent all the money releasing wolves into the Front Range and housing migrants and homeless people, and now you're like, we got no money.
Although, dude, I got to tell you, it's made it very clear how little people understand math. Because I was in this like group of guys the other day, and they were talking about CPS being broke. And the one guy goes, yeah, and their budget is $10 billion. This other guy goes, how many schools are there? There's about 620 schools. Dude, that's like $150 million per school or something. I don't know, what did he say? Yeah, he's like $150 million per school.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't think that's mathing right.
I wasn't going to say anything because I wasn't mathing right in my head as we were going over it, but I was going to let you explain.
But then everybody like just went along with it. It's like, $150 million per school.
Oh, man. It's a rough state of affairs for Chicago, Denver, Illinois, Colorado. We got no money. Our governors and our mayors of our major cities spent all the taxpayer dollars on fringe socialist ideas that don't have the ability to pay for themselves, and so now we're going to be left forking up the bill. That's how this whole thing works.
Yeah, we're fucked. It's crazy.
And
it's crazy.
In the meantime, let's flood the airwaves with this gerrymandering debacle unfolding in Texas, which is no different than the gerrymandering shenanigans pulled in Illinois or Colorado or New York.
Illinois is arguably the worst gerrymandered state.
No, it actually
in the union.
No, it actually is the worst. And J.B. Pritzker went on to meet the press only to be slapped in the face with the reality of Illinois.
Every major group that grades the fairness of congressional maps gives your state an F. Common Cause and on.
Yeah, we're the worst.
Partisan government watchdog.
The state, we vote 43 to 45% Republican.
Yeah.
And in our House representation, it's 3 out of the 17 seats are Republican.
Wow, man. Wow.
Yeah. So we're getting like, 12, 13% of the seats, but we get 43% of the state. It's crazy. That's why Illinois is fucked. That's why we end up with J.B. Pritzker.
Well, Colorado's no different. It's red, and then you have this chunk of blue where Boulder, Fort Collins, and Denver is right on the ridge of the Front Range. And so you have this slice of blue, and it kind of branches a little off of I-70 into Aspen and these other hoity-toity rich leftist zones where you have to be, for instance, mayor of Denver, born and raised in Vail ski community.
Right.
Yeah, they're part of that little sliver of blue. People who send their kids to Harvard and Yale, right? That's your blue, and then the entire state is red.
Yeah, that's how it is here.
And then we have Jared Polis releasing wolves onto the ranchers. It's unbelievable,
ruining
man.
the whole place. Yeah.
But my favorite part is just truth and reality smacking these imbeciles in the face.
Government watchdog even says your map, and I'm going to quote, represents a nearly perfect model for everything that can go wrong with redistricting. And I guess the question is, you talk about
Yeah, so let's bring Texas Democrats up here. Yeah.
He can't even open his eyes while he's hearing the news. He just kept them closed this whole time.
I guess the question is, you talk about preserving democracy. How do you preserve democracy if you're using the same tactics that you've criticized Texas Republicans for?
But as I say, what they're talking about is a distraction. The reality is that the violation of people's voting rights is what Texas is attempting to do. That's what's wrong with their efforts right now. And the fact that the president of the United States knows it and nevertheless is asking them to do it. That is what's wrong with what we're seeing right now. Democracy is at stake.
Every major.
I I love it, dude. I love it because you know what? He didn't say it there, but their whole explanation is, yeah, but we gerrymandered at the turn of the decade.
Right.
They're trying to do it in the middle of the decade.
That's insanity, man.
How evil can you be?
Diabolical.
No way. Did you see the announcement too? Massachusetts is they like passed this law already that if Texas redistricts in the middle of the decade, they're gonna redistrict.
Right.
The only problem is Republicans hold 0 seats.
Yes.
So they don't even. All you can do is redistrict yourself out of a seat.
Yeah. They're gonna end up actually losing seats to Republicans.
There's nothing you can do. Yeah, that is one thing that's ruining democracy, though. I will agree with them. But you guys are doing it just as bad, if not worse.
Right. Yeah, absolutely, man. And you know what? We're arguing over gerrymandering and all this stuff. Does it really matter what's gerrymandered in states like Colorado, where you could just flood the mailboxes with as many ballots as you choose? I mean,
and have illegals vote. And
when you have mail-in voting ballots, when you can start collecting for an election 2 weeks prior, and then I think, actually, if I'm not mistaken, what date is it? California is still counting votes for the 2024 election, if I'm not mistaken.
Be done this week.
Right.
I believe it's this week.
You know, when you can do that with mail-in votings, the game is rigged, man, from the get-go. So, you know, who cares about gerrymandering when we're just flooding the zone with people who are dead and haven't voted in generations and illegal migrants? I mean, we joked about it in the last election, but with the gerrymandering and the mail-in voting and the migrants in these states where you don't have to show an ID to vote, like Colorado, Illinois, anywhere that's Democratic, basically, you don't have to show your ID to vote. You're going to get to a point where more people will be voting than are actually physically alive in the population, you know, and it's just going to be a circus. Who can fake the most votes possible, and then that'll be the winner.
I figured it was the safest, most secure election of all time. Even though people didn't have to show their ID.
Yeah, man, it's so funny. And so I had a clip for it from a while back, but Trump announced a couple really fascinating things that are going to be kind of playing out over the next couple months. One is they are doing a voter roll call on the voter registrations in multiple states, including Colorado. And so they're going to be sweeping the systems of dead people who voted in the last election. You know, they're still searching for the 15 million missing voters that voted for Biden in 2020. They may find them in this voter roll call sweep, you know? And then on top of it, Trump is pushing, and I heard that this actually might follow through. They're going to do a census, a new one.
A new one, yeah.
They're going to
because it was Trump that fucked it up. Not him, but his administration fucked it up in 2020.
Absolutely. And they're going to exclude illegal migrants, which I can't believe they were including them in the first place.
That was why they flooded the blue states. To make up for all the population loss so that they wouldn't lose their seats.
They were buying their votes by letting people come in illegally, and then they're handing them debit cards with $10,000 on it, giving them free health care insurance.
And then counting them in the census. That was like the whole point.
The whole point was to boost their seats in the House. That was the whole deal. Yeah. And now Trump and company, they're saying, hey, man, if we do the census the right way, there's a very good possibility Republicans gain like 20 to 30 seats in the House. I saw Stephen Miller
They were
this
saying, just based off of the last census results, the Republicans were supposed to gain seats. As they said that Trump didn't even need the 7. Remember the 7 swing states?
Right. Yeah.
If they had done what they were supposed, if they had done the census correctly and allocated the seats correctly, he wouldn't have even had to win the 7.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Won. Because you're talking about like Texas gained seats, California, Illinois lost seats, New York lost seats, Florida gained them, North Carolina gained them.
Yeah, man, and the demographic shift that we saw pointage-wise with the blacks going for Trump and the Hispanics especially. I mean, they basically had to flood the zone with fake American voters in order to try and even have a shot at cheating their way into beating Trump and making it realistic that they didn't cheat and won. You know, that was the whole goal.
Did you just catch Bill Maher?
I did watch Bill Maher, yeah.
I love that Stephen A. Smith when they're like, why don't the black men like Pete Buttigieg?
That's right.
Well, they just don't. He doesn't move us. You gotta move us. I'll let you decide why he doesn't move us, but he just doesn't move us.
It's so funny that white people can't figure this one out. They refuse to like let reality seep in a little into their constructed view of the world, and it just. I was explaining to Emma, we got a guy on our routes. We had to kind of shift our route around because he didn't like going to one place because there was a trainee that was a manager at this place. And I was like, yeah, well, it's obvious black dudes, they don't really jive with the trannies. They're not into it, man. And they're also not into the gay culture. They're just, that's not their thing. And that's why Stephen A. Smith made that joke. And also that's why that joke was based off of the statistics that came out this week that Pete Buttigieg is polling 0% with the African American community.
No, black men.
Black men,
he's got
0%. Dude,
and he's the #1 candidate right now for the
Democrat
Party.
That's crazy, man. They're screwed, dude. They're so screwed. Yeah, man. But, spend some real time in the real world with real people, and it's not so shocking when you see those types of statistics.
And then, like, at the same time, you got arguably one of the most, like, historical members of an administration ever. Used to be on your team. RFK could have been your candidate.
I know,
you know what I mean?
Yes. And
it's hard to find somebody who hates what RFK is doing.
Oh, man, he's crushing it. I'm all in on the Maha movement, and we're going to hit that right off the bat in the second hour. There is no doubt about it, folks. This is the fastest hour in the universe.
See, they learned how to turn light into matter, but I think the cost is time.
That's
right.
Why
you know what I mean? That's why we're losing time.
And
these hours are...
Well, they only do their CERN experiments 4 p.m. Sunday and Tuesday. I noticed. I think that's when they do it. And that's why it's the fastest hour in the universe. Thanks for hanging out, enjoying the good times, great oldies.
To be fair to them, it takes about an hour. So they hit on our show, and then they hit the...
Yes, exactly.
We appreciate the fans.
Yes, thanks, folks, for listening. And the CERN people, big fans. We got plenty more to get to in the next hour. We're going to do RFK and some major news on the mRNA vaccines. DJ Rodfather jumping the gun and giving it to us hot. Here we go. All right, man. He might be out. Yeah. Oh,
you
yeah.
Hear that weird noise?
That's not a good noise. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, you might be. You may have to check your recording device too. You might be scorching that one out. It's possible I may have to be the DJ Frankfather here.
I think you do.
DJ Frankfather. All right, that's how we do it here. Oh yeah, now
what's going on
I think
there?
you're gonna have to not do that anymore. I think that might be.
I don't know what happened.
All right, all good. I am always prepared to put on a jam or two, and we will return after this quick intermission, folks.
But anyway.
Yeah!
She didn't care, but anyway, I tried last week for to go when she wasn't home, but anyway, I think I'll spend my life alone. I really don't care right now. But anyway, the state of affairs and the state of emotion, the kind of thing that you must understand. I'll tell you one thing, you tell me, and then we walk away, maybe then shake hands. But anyway, I don't think that TV was joking when it told me this. But anyway, the newsman said not to sit on street politics. It's my life he's trying to save. But anyway, I found out that I got a cancer. Too many television waves. But anyway, the state of affairs and the state of emotion, kind of thing that you must understand. I'll tell you one thing, you tell me, and that we understands. I tell you one thing, you tell me another. We walk away, maybe then shake hands.
Yeah, man. All right.
Oh, yeah. So for that cover photo,
It's been 1 week today.
I'm not used to DJ Rodfathering over here. Yeah, it caught me off beat.
Not
man.
as easy as it looks. Huh? I told you, man. The trick is two computers, switchboard.
Two switchboards.
I figured out what happened. I crossed my wires because I was listening to music off my phone.
All right.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
So when I went to go plug everything back in, I accidentally plugged the speakers into the microphone
Wow.
instead of the phone into the microphone.
All right, man.
Living and learning.
That's
Living and learning.
right.
You know? Hey, this is still the best quality audio for a plumber. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah, good
But,
call. Yeah, I'll give you the plumber aspect. You might even have better audio than Jon Stewart. I'm almost certain of that.
I'll never forget my old boss used to always say, like, no matter what you did, if it was like carpentry, like if you had to put a cabin in or anything you did, cement, he'd always be like, yeah, you do cement work like a plumber. You do that cement just like a plumber. Not a compliment.
Oh, it's not a compliment. All right.
Not a compliment. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know. Well, I'm a layman. I'm an idiot.
I'm addicted to this guy on YouTube who does shorts. I gotta get you. I'll send you a video for the next show. But he always does like how the different trades do things, and for the no matter what it is, it could be like hammering in a nail. It could be like hanging up a photo. When he gets to the plumber, it always is just a sawzall. just looking like cutting holes into things or like chopping the shit out of the wood. Like, it's so funny and so true.
It always just comes down to the saw with the plumbers. They're just kind of ripping through.
No, not a saw, a sawzall. I literally have one thing that I cut everything with, and it's a sawzall.
Yeah, all right.
I'm cutting everything. Your drywall, your
Sawzall is free base cutting though, sawing, right?
and it saws off, man. I put that. I get I get the Diablo blade on there.
Yeah, man.
I'm chopping through metal, anything.
Wow, what's the Diablo blade? Is it just the
It's like
blade that you want to
For
get?
heavy metal, you know.
Really?
What I'm saying? Some would call it the Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah,
Sawzall
all right,
blade.
man. Hell
They're
yeah.
like, man, you get about a 3-pack of 9-inch Diablo. It was like $47
All right.
for 3 blades. And when you're cutting like cast iron, you're gonna get like 2-3 cuts.
Damn. All right.
Yeah, it's expensive cuts.
And then you burn the blade, you're saying?
yeah, then they dull out. Depending what you're
good.
cutting.
Wow.
And it wasn't until I started doing this commercial service work, you wouldn't believe how hard it is to like drill or like cut stainless steel.
I've never thought about it actually.
Hardest.
Is
It
stainless
burns out all your shit.
is stainless steel the best steel?
I mean, it depends on your application, but it's just so hard to drill.
Cuz what do I have? Isn't it stainless steel pans? Aren't those the best pans?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And I got a sweet set that I've been rocking. I cook a lot, and we've been kicking ass on these
Yeah.
pans for several years now. Nary a spot or a scratch on them, man. I mean,
I love them.
yeah, they're actually, now that I think about it, I'm a huge fan of the stainless steel.
You probably got the 4-layer, right? Where it's got like the 2 layers of steel with copper in between.
There was this beautiful moment somewhere between 2020 and 2021 where both the federal and local governments were just sending us checks for absolutely no reason.
I remember that. Yeah,
And
Bidenomics.
And I bought a TV, pot, cookware, new set. We got, the grill. We went all in. And so at the time, I just remember
I don't know why we had inflation.
That's right.
Yeah.
It was a magical moment in the history of mankind there where we all just kind of spent with reckless abandon, believing, the checks will just keep on coming, man, and there's no way those will have any negative effect on the future price of things, right?
Then the suckers like me put it in a high yield savings where we got 4.5%, and then watch as inflation was 9%. So
right, I know, yeah.
We lost 5% a year.
I did the same thing, but, it felt right. I felt good doing. I felt like an adult.
What a loser. Should have bought a jet ski.
Should have bought Bitcoin. You would have been way better off, man.
Oh, yeah. Even back then, dude, it was like 19,000.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. Yeah, I got in on the Bitcoin when it was still pretty cheap. It wasn't triple digits like it is now, and I'm enjoying it where it's at now because now it'll dip. I'll throw in a little more, and then it goes up, dips again. I do the same thing with gold, silver.
It's so hard to tell yourself just enjoy the win. Don't think about the what ifs. Because I bought a couple Ethereums when it went down to like 1,100.
Wow, yeah.
And then it was few weeks back. It was at like 3,600.
Damn.
So I'm like, dude, I'm selling it. When you're tripling the money, fuck it, you gotta just sell it, right?
Right.
So I sold it all, and then today I checked, it's like 46. So I could have made.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? But you gotta just be happy you didn't lose.
Absolutely,
Enjoy the win.
yeah.
Don't think about the what if. It's impossible to time,
I typically ride on when it dips, I just add more. I never do the selling part. I just keep adding.
Well, I want to buy
on
a
the
car.
drops.
That's why I was like, I'm going to start selling some.
You should get into this
while
thing.
It's high.
You ever hear of Dogecoin? I hear maybe there's a lot of opportunity with the Dogecoin,
I made some money. Yeah, I sold some Doge, made some money too. I think I'm going to buy a Camry.
All right. With the Doge money?
Although, I don't know. I might just go with the Corolla. I kind of like it. It's so small, but I like it kind of.
Either way, I think you're in the right headspace going with Toyota. I don't know if you know this. I'm a big fan of Priuses now. We had a long conversation, and
I think I won you over.
I'm fully sold. I just traded in the Subaru for a Prius over the weekend, man. I love it, man. I'm all in on
and I thought, how could I get gayer?
Yeah.
I really want to take that step from 3/4 to 7/8.
I want to piss more people off on the road as I'm going home during the afternoons.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I don't know. The Corollas, man, they're pretty nice. They're so nice. Remember, like, it used to be a Corolla was like piece of shit rolled down windows.
Absolutely, man. But now I just think they're nice because you and I see the value, the long-term value in a Toyota. It's a great company to buy into. I'm a fan of the Japanese companies, and I think that Toyota they pride themselves on, you're going to buy this and have it for 10 years. This is your, and if that's your motto as a car company, I don't know what your stance is on love, like Subaru builds theirs with love, and I have no idea if you're doing commercials with the black gay guy and the lesbian Chinese lady. I don't know.
Like, the love is great, but what's the quality of the steel? Like, I would really.
Well, here's, Subaru, congrats. You build your cars with love and all this nonsense, but then everybody I talk to who owns a Subaru is driving with the windows down in 100-degree heat because the AC goes out on every Subaru after about 5 years. Yeah,
wow, really?
Every Subaru, the AC just collapses on these machines, and you basically can do full blast heat. That's what you get in your Subaru after 5-6 years. So, built with love, no AC apparently. That's how they do things with Subaru. But
I don't know if you know this, but the best love is hot.
Hot love. Hey, look at this guy. Glass half full with Mr. Rodfather over here. Yeah.
I don't know. Although I might go well, it's kind of tough. One reason I know Honda and Toyota is killing it because both of them like we're very limited, and we're getting another shipment in of like the Accords at Honda and
Right.
the Camry and Corolla,
Yeah,
both
man.
at the one at the Toyota over here. And then I go to Ford, dude. You can now pick up a Bronco for like 32,000, brand new.
Wow, man.
Remember they were like 50, 60,000
Yeah.
for the higher trim. This is
Emma
the high
wanted
trim.
one, and we thought it was absurdly priced, considering it was the exact same design and vehicle as the RAV4 that we ended up getting.
Yeah.
$10,000 more, just because it was
like
the new Bronco.
$48,000.
Yeah, it was ridiculous, dude.
Oh, so stupid.
Yeah, well,
Now 33, and they're offering 0% financing.
wow. Yeah, man. Right, dude.
I have a feeling nobody's buying your Broncos.
Yeah. All right, man.
You know what I mean? It's got to be.
Well, there were a bunch of recalls on them, and I don't think they have the same longevity and value as, let's say, the Toyotas do. Where I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I do remember growing up, Fords. Everybody's dad or uncle had the Ford that was like 15 years old and had 300-something thousand miles on it. You know, it was Fords and what was it? The Chevys, man. Everybody had the Chevy. Or our uncle had a Chevy Silverado that was 35 years old, man. It was running so far past the mileages that it just reset back to zero at some point. You know,
it had a hole in the floor.
It literally had a hole in the floor.
You throw your cigarette butts.
You could feel your boot melting a little as you were going too long on the drive there.
It's hilarious. Yeah, they're offering F-150s too, 0%. And some of them are pretty cheap now, man. You could pick up one for about 37, 38.
We're also bringing back a lot of the manufacturing here to America for these cars. And so maybe, just maybe, the Trump tariff phenomenon could be working in a positive way.
Nah, taco. Frank Taco.
Oh, man. Taco Tuesday. So, all right. Well, you're going for the Corolla or the Camry. I think they're looking good.
I am torn between I do like that Bronco. The thing is I've had a truck and SUV before, and I know like the tires are gonna be $1,200 when they go out. Like on the Corolla, it's gonna be like $600.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's
everything's cheaper. It's not just the car's cheaper, the insurance is cheaper. Everything's cheaper, you know?
Yeah, we're on a better pathway. And we're not focused on DEI hiring or any of that nonsense. We're, you know, what's in the news every day? It's the Trump tariffs, man. They're obsessed with the Trump tariffs.
Taco.
The taco. And in reality, the Trump tariffs are actually doing pretty good. I mean, it seems like this is what we're getting.
If anything, it's just not getting worse. The thing was, you'd go to the store one week, and then you'd go back the next week, and everything was like noticeably different. You know?
Yes, yeah.
At least now everything's staying the same.
Oh man. Let's see here. What do we got on the docket for the day, Mike? I feel like
oh, you got to do the RFK.
We got to do the RFK, right? Was that the news of the week? I felt like it was. I was telling Emma about it. She acted like she didn't hear anything about it.
Nobody talked about it. Yeah, nobody talked about it.
Nobody talked about it. So what are we talking about? Well, we are talking about the man, the myth, the legend, the Maha in the flesh, RFK, pulling $500 million in funding for vaccine development. He canceled $500 million for funding of 22 mRNA vaccine development projects targeting respiratory viruses like COVID-19, the flu, and H5N1. Is that it's the bird flu, I think, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
It's the bird flu. So this is from the AP article here. Kennedy, a known vaccine skeptic. They got to throw it in there, dude. Every single time.
I love it.
Known vaccine skeptic criticized mRNA technology, claiming it fails to effectively protect against infections, and stated they're going to shift to their focus to a safer, broader vaccine strategy that uses whole virus vaccines.
Hold on, though. I love how they have to say this vaccine skeptic claims that these vaccines don't stop the spread. No. You all admitted that during the COVID epidemic when you went from Remember, like at the end there, they were like, "You're gonna get it, but it's gonna keep you out of the hospital."
Yes.
They admitted it didn't stop the spread, so it's not the vaccine skeptic that's claiming it. It's everybody.
Dude, absolutely, man. Yeah, and
it didn't stop the spread of COVID.
100% safe and effective to you won't die if you take it. I believe that was the spectrum, if I'm not mistaken.
And now they're admitting that it caused more harm than good.
That's the damning part here. So what was so crazy about him announcing this whole thing was what didn't get any press, which is the truth about mRNA vaccines. All of us tinfoil hat nut jobs were talking about this. Without the data, we didn't have any information ourselves, but we all said, what? Maybe we should wait to see the long-term data. Maybe since we're healthy and COVID doesn't kill us, we'll hold off on this experimental gene therapy and see what the long-term effects are of that gene therapy, 3-4 years down the road. It's 2025. We're like 3-4 years down the road, and turbo cancers are through the roof. Strokes, heart attacks, pericarditis, and all this other stuff. Emma and I have a dear couple who's friends of ours who we've known for over 10 years. She's got stage 3 advanced breast cancer.
Yeah, damn.
38 years old, bro.
Damn.
All right. I mean, this is a reality hitting home to everybody. We have cancer that popped up, turbo cancer that came up in our family, Emma's family, turbo cancers, cysts, all these sicknesses and diseases. What we were the plague rats 5 years ago saying, maybe we should wait. Maybe we should just see what's in these concoctions, these advanced technologies that they're claiming. Maybe we should see what's going on here.
They're like, I think they're lying about the numbers. I don't think this virus is as bad as they're telling you it is.
Yes.
All of that turned out to be true.
I got a clip of Kennedy at this panel in Alaska, and he kind of gives a lowdown on what they know about what's going on with these mRNA vaccines. Shall we give it a gander and
love it?
Go down this rabbit hole? I've said it before, and I will say it again, and we will continue saying it until the end of time. COVID-19, the lockdowns, and the vaccine mandates will be the greatest I told you so and the worst I told you so in the history of I told you so's.
Yeah.
And here we go.
The mRNA vaccines, from COVID, don't work against upper respiratory infections. They don't work very well, let me put it that way. There are two problems with them. One is they target a single protein, which drives what's called an antigenic shift. If it drives the virus to mutate, and it actually can prolong the pandemic. And we saw that during COVID. People took shots, mRNA shots for the original COVID variant, and immediately mutated into the Omicron virus, to which the vaccine was ineffective. And that's what it does. And the other issue is...
And everyone got the shots. And immediately after, what did every single politician and celebrity tweet?
Got COVID.
But thank
God for my vaccine.
Thank God I'm vaccinated. Otherwise, it would have been worse, right? Yeah, right. Man. And then, of course, what they do, they would take Paxlovid, have diaper mouth for 2 weeks, and then get COVID again, right? That was kind of the cycle.
And then 2 weeks later, fake a video of you coming out of your basement like you had been there.
Yeah, right. Like
for 2 weeks.
Chris Cuomo in his basement with his giant toothpick or the Q-tip,
Man, what a ridiculous time.
Do you remember that Chris Cuomo in his basement for 2 weeks?
But then he got caught outside at the at his new house being built, yelling at a contractor.
He was bike riding in the Hamptons during his quarantine, and people were filming him. Aren't you supposed to be quarantining, man?
Poor guy.
Poor
It's hard
CCP.
being Italian.
It's
the way that it distributes in the body, the way that it migrates in the body, there's no control over it and no predictability. So it goes to every organ it turns your body into an antigen factory where you're manufacturing antigens, and different people need different loads of antigens. And in a regular traditional vaccine, the antigen content is very carefully controlled for that reason, because you can injure people. And we've seen now these epidemics of myocarditis and pericarditis, particularly in kids. And for upper respiratory, for some illnesses, mRNA vaccines may be very useful, and and that would include cancers. But for upper respiratory infections, we canceled 22 trials for upper respiratory infections.
All right, so
but like that right there goes to show he's not even saying they're good for nothing. He's just like, we're not using them. They're not effective for upper respiratory viruses.
yeah, exactly.
It's crazy.
Yes.
I wouldn't call him a skeptic. I'd call him a reasonable man who
Yeah.
says, no, let's not throw it out here, but let's use it for what it's good for.
But also, we have a lot of evidence and data that shows this stuff is really harmful to all people, but especially kids. We should not be giving this shot to kids. It needs to get off the schedule. We are nearing the halfway point of August. That means we are less than a month away from RFK's bombshell announcement as to what's been causing autism and all the neurodegenerative diseases that have afflicted our culture for the last 30 years. I mean, here we are. He's definitely building up to a crescendo of some sort that seems to be leading us down the pathway of these vaccines have been destroying and sickening our general public this whole time.
I can't get that one clip out of my head where that you played that guy's like, well, they're probably going to sue us for the aluminum. We're getting ready. We're getting ready. We're getting responses ready for them saying it's the aluminum.
Yeah.
It's such a crazy clip. Like, they already admitted what the problem is.
They know. They've known for generations. They always know, man. They always
know.
Have the information. They don't let it out. And they bank on the idea that they will be so profitable in the time frame till people do realize what's going on that they'll just be able to withstand whatever lawsuits come out of it.
For sure.
That's the game plan, man. You know? Well, we're a multi-billion-dollar conglomerate. Sue us what you will. 30 years after we kill half of you. Who cares? Fine. We'll pay you guys pennies on the dollar. Doesn't matter to us, man.
But not only that, the people that are suing you are still buying your drugs.
Right.
So it's like, man, you got us with that poison. Give me money for that poison. But also, I will take that new batch of poison. You
got any more of that poison back there?
So it's like, you know what I mean? They're paying you with your money, you know?
Yeah, man. So what's my favorite thing about this Maha movement that we're in and everything that Kennedy is doing? Yes, I do enjoy the fact that we're taking poisons out of water and aluminum out of vaccines and, petroleum out of food. This is a really good thing.
Great.
It's a great thing.
Who could be against it?
Well, so here's the thing. That's not what I love about this whole thing. What I love is the reaction to the Maha movement. This hill that people on the left are just ready to die on is so shocking to me. And I guess the least shocking reaction to this announcement by RFK would be King Shill of the vaccine corporations himself, Stephen Colbert.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, color me surprised. Stephen Colbert is against this?
Yeah. No, the man himself who danced with the needles and the vaccine, right? He's the most outspoken I've seen reaction-wise to this RFK announcement.
Of course he is.
It's right, man.
He's watching his bonus go out the window, you know? My God.
I thought we could do a little dive into Stephen Colbert here. He decided to make the announcement of this RFK this RFK ban on mRNAs, if you will. And so let's see how the left and Stephen Colbert and his crowd are taking this news, man.
Oh, there's bad news of fans of living because Health Secretary RFK Jr. just pulled $500 million in funding for vaccine development. Now, we have 10 more months of this show, and I want to give a measured, nonpartisan response here. You roid-addled Nepo Carnie.
Listen to that crowd.
They love it, dude.
I can't believe he's getting canceled. Jesus Christ, with gems like that.
That's comedy gold, Jerry.
Oh my
comedy
God.
gold, man.
Dude, I love how he just leaves it at that. 500 million for vaccine development. No, 500 million for mRNA, specifically for upper respiratory viruses.
I know.
You know what?
Yes.
How do you know that 500 million now didn't get opened up to something that might actually work? Like maybe mRNA for cancer treatment.
Well, dude, yes, that and the money now will be allocated to what he says in all of these articles that they just kind of gloss over, which is we're going to go back to producing legitimate old school vaccines that worked back in the day when we...
But the patents ran out.
Yes.
That's why they don't make
You're not going to
them.
make billions of dollars off this, but we're actually going to create vaccines that make you healthy and save your life. That's what we're going to do. We're not going to experiment with gene therapy technologies and mRNA strains and DNA.
It's not working.
That's what I'm saying.
It didn't work. They can't get it to work.
Right.
What are you outraged? Fuck you Carnie. Like, dude, what is that?
Roid-addled Nepo Carnie was the name that he gave him. Yeah, that's how they see this guy, which is just so crazy to me. Am I nuts? Do I not correctly remember the previous health secretary who was a fat old dude trying to be a chick? Am I not on the money with that?
Dude.
Or did I forget something
This
here?
is like the healthiest 70-year-old man you've ever seen
Yes,
versus a mentally ill dude dressed as a woman.
I just I can't believe the trashing of RFK, a guy in his 70s who, my God, could we all aspire to be like this man?
Great.
Look at this. He put this out today.
Hey everybody, it's Robert F. Kennedy Jr. And every weekend I spend an hour or two at a place that looks like this. Wherever I am in the world, I go to a local gym. I found out a long time ago that if you hang out at a bar, you're probably going to get drunk. If you hang out at a barber shop, you'll probably end up getting a haircut. And if you hang out at a gym, you're probably going to get in shape.
Wow.
So every Sunday, try to get down to your local fitness center, patronize your local merchant, your local gym, or health club, and get yourself in shape. Let's make America healthy again.
Yeah!
Jesus Christ. Yes.
Yes! Look at how good he looks, man.
Not just though he's in he's in shape, he's smiling, he's happy. He used to be this angry dude in a dress. I don't know. It's all right.
I distinctly remember 2 years ago, Rachel Levine, the former health secretary for the Biden administration, came out with a video encouraging people to celebrate Juneteenth and, that we have to commemorate, the black trannies that are involved and all this stuff. It was this whole thing with the BLT sandwich community. And the bottom line is, what was the goal of the former health secretary? As far as I'm concerned, it was something to do with Juneteenth and anything celebrated in the month of June, basically.
Right.
Whatever celebrated in June, that's all the health secretary was worried about. Equality and communities of color getting their fair share of equality, right, and equity and all that stuff. Okay, fine. That was their focus. Never once did Rachel Levine pump some iron on camera and say hey, you know what? Go to your local gym, eat organic food, and talk to your neighbor once in a while. Get outside and get some sunlight.
I don't think you can, because I don't think you could sit there and put up 450 on the bench and then get off and be like, I'm Rachel Levine.
That blonde chick's a dude? Oh, man.
She's squatting 900, puts it in racks in. I'm Rachel Levine.
Yeah,
former D1 lineman.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, Rachel Levine could put up 450, dude.
I know. Used to be played football with General Miley.
There's a great line and I'm gonna botch it mostly, but it's in the beginning of Dazed and Confused, and it's the football players, and they encounter their coach in the parking lot, and he like does like a quick breakdown, and they all like try to break down, and he goes, "Oh, that's so weak, boys." He goes, "My mother could do better than that." He goes, "Of course, she's 6'5", 250." Classic, man.
Impressive numbers.
You can't make those jokes these days anymore in Hollywood, right? Either way, I just find that
or
so...
more so than ever, because now there are moms that are...
Right. Yeah, no, yeah, well,
6'5", 250.
Michelle Obama, I mean, yeah.
Jenner.
Oh, good call. That's right, Bruce Jenner. That's, yeah. Which, by the way, it was the anniversary of Bruce Jenner's decathlon that he won back in like the 76 Olympics or something. What a beast, man. I mean, good genes when it comes to the Caitlyn Jenner, dude. I'm telling you, I mean, this guy was just absolutely shredded.
Jacked.
And just, I mean, what a phenom of an athlete.
No, they
man.
say that's what turned him into the tranny, was the steroids they were taking back then. It caused caused their levels to plummet after they stopped taking them. Their testosterone and everything.
I hate to see what Barry Bonds is doing right now, to be totally honest.
That woman's got the thickest neck I've ever seen.
Is that Michelle Obama? Oh, never mind.
Barry, it's okay. Just move to France and find a 14-year-old Barry. You groom him right, you'll be first lady.
Yeah, Barry, just retire, become a school teacher there in France. You'll meet a nice young fella.
That'd be great.
This week was a special occasion. It was the 18th anniversary of Barry Bonds.
He looks like he's wearing one of those ice cream hats that they would
Like-
put, the batting hat that you'd put the ice cream in. Like, you couldn't find one that fits his head. It's so thick. Everything is so thick.
His neck is the same width of his whole face. It's unbelievable, dude.
The thing is, he's not fat. It's just so thick.
No, this is the play here, and so this right here is Barry Bonds hitting the most home runs in career.
I wish you could do it side by side with him like 2 years before that.
Yeah,
it was
man.
it was also the time frame.
Yes.
He went from like, a Colorado lesbian like you to...
That's right. Yeah.
Just fucking
the way
monster.
The way he just disperses this ball out of the ballpark, essentially, and the bat itself looks like it's from a little league baseball camp, and he just annihilates the ball. It's gone. There's not even a chance, dude. Not even a chance, man. He's so enormous. It's unbelievable.
He can barely run, dude. He can barely run. He's too top heavy.
He's so huge. It's so funny. He just got so massive compared to his old self. It's too funny to me, man. Oh, yeah, well, 18 years ago, Barry Bonds annihilated all home run records.
And nobody cared.
Single season, nobody
was like, get out of here, dude.
It was funny because I think it was after that season, the baseball commissioner's like, all right, we got to get rid of these steroids. It's gotten too out of control.
They're starting to look like horses.
It's funny because this was the only time in my life that I had heard of human growth hormones. Yeah, and they were, oh, dude, so funny, man.
They were all taking. Everybody was taking it. So funny.
But I'd like to reminisce on, in what my opinion is, the glory days of baseball. They've yet to recapture that kind of enthusiasm and fire that America had for the oldest pastime in our culture. But no longer. Maybe, what baseball should do is find a pathway somewhere between whatever the Savannah Bananas are doing and the glory days of Mark McGwire, Sosa, and Barry Bonds just roided up and cranking dingers. Let's meet in the middle.
You got to
somewhere.
do the roids. You just got to let them do the roids.
Yes, we need the roids, absolutely.
Let it get ridiculous.
You know what?
it wasn't even that these guys were hitting these balls. Like the batters got incredible, but the pitchers were throwing 107 miles per hour.
It was ridiculous. Like Kerry Woods threw 20 strikeouts in like 7 innings. It was
But that's
out of
why when you
control.
got a guy who could connect with it, it was going out the park.
Yes,
You know?
that's right, dude.
It was awesome. They were talking about, you got to make the field bigger.
Right. I see opportunity here. WNBA, take a page out of the playbook of the MLB and boost some ratings. Roid up the gals. Just get them jacked up the wazoo and really blow us away with spectacular
Nobody wants to see that.
No, I would be totally down.
A bunch of Britney Grinders?
Well, no, I was thinking more like Chinas. A bunch of Chinas out there. No, Brittany Griner should not be allowed. The whole Brittany Griner thing is really bizarre, man. I mean, first of all, a lot of rumors out there that she was held in a male's prison in Russia when they had her there.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
I said alleged rumors. Allegedly. Rumors. All right.
I don't know. I don't want to touch it, but yeah, because she walks around with the shirt off, but doesn't have the scars from the surgery.
No, man.
So
and
like just. I don't know.
That voice is like 2 octaves deeper than Shaq. It's unbelievable, man. I mean,
okay, but she's just a big woman. Maybe that's just because it's a bigger throat.
All right. I mean, that is the excuse. That is what I hear out there. So I'm willing to.
That's why, little people have the higher
concede.
voice.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
All right. Good call. Good call. I can accept that, I think. But I don't know. Brittany Griner just strikes me as a man, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's a man, baby.
What's crazy, I don't know if I've talked about this before, but what's crazy is like I'll see like somebody that I'm not sure, and if you go ask like one of these younger guys who are like 20, 21, they know 100%, no doubt. They're like, how could you not tell?
You're saying the younger fellas out there have a better radar.
Because they've like grown. I think it's because they've grown up with it. Because okay, like I see somebody, I know right away it's a tranny, but sometimes you can't tell which way they're going, which way they're coming.
Yes, yeah. Which path are you on there? Yes, absolutely.
But they always know.
Yeah. All right. Well, speaking of always knowing or being in on the know. And considering we just did a nice little dive on RFK, I have an RFK adjacent topic here, which really took me by surprise. I'm shocked it isn't getting as much traction as it should. But there was a podcast with Robert Malone, who's working on the committee now. He's on the HHS committee or whatever and doing the CDC stuff. So he's working hand in hand quite a bit with RFK Jr. and they're in quite a like a constant communication, if you will. And Malone is on this podcast where he claims he heard some alien UFO information that RFK Jr. was reading on. And I could see it already in Mike's face. There it is. Yeah. Not into it already, which means I gotta do it. It's too good not to. This is a spicy one, and I look forward to hearing your reaction here. We got Robert Malone discussing a UFO, UAP, alien, extraterrestrial NIH presence. And here we go.
And as they were going out the door, we had the woman, Justine, that is our special person within Malone.news that focuses on UAPs. So she was there and she just couldn't help herself. She asked, do you know anything about the UAPs? And one of them piped up and said, in the investigation, she said, well, I can't talk about it because I'm actively involved in supporting those investigations, but I can tell you that a lot more activity is happening now.
Oh, God.
That's data point number one, and that they're real. Okay. Data point number two,
How's that data point?
I'm talking to my friend.
I let Robert talk, and then I just accept it because he's smarter than me.
All right, well, data point 1. Allegedly, somebody said there's more activity.
Yeah, and then now we're gonna get data point number 2, man. It's gonna be
2.
another alleged. It's always, dude. It's aliens. It's always alleged. It's all bullshit. We're being led down a straight path that is ultimately leading us to Project Bluebeam, and it'll usher in our ultimate enslavement to the machine. I'm telling you right now, this is all leading us to Project Bluebeam.
According to Grok, Project Bluebeam is a story. It's a conspiracy theory the CIA put out there.
Oh man, that is like 4D CIA double thinking, double thought chess, man. Yeah, I love it.
It's
all right,
you don't know what they say. It's up there. It's like with the flat Earth and everything. It's just so you don't know what's real and what's not.
Wow, very nice. I mean, I kind of side with Tucker Carlson on this one. I think they created the alien idea to distract us from the true biblical, spiritual nature of what we are actually experiencing with these demons. Tucker Carlson thinks that the aliens are actually demons that we are dealing with. Spiritual.
I told you before, I hate Tucker.
I know, that's why I brought it up. I wanted to see the distaste in your face as I brought up the name Tucker Carlson. That's what I was going for right there, man.
Get out of here, Tucker.
Come on, Mike. This is breaking news, man. This is huge.
Right. Data point 2.
Aliens, baby.
And mentioned this while we were on the boat, and he says, Bobby had a briefing, and all this stuff is true. Roswell, all those things, the reverse engineering, the origin of the night vision, a whole bunch of this tech comes.
And the night vision, remember the famous stories from Vietnam, I think it is, where they had that one version, the hallucin, or it was, I can't remember the exact word, it was the blue-colored night vision or whatever, and they started seeing the demon entities out on the fields, and they were seeing all these supernatural-like creatures, and I guess demons is the only word I could really think of when it comes to these things. Aliens, maybe reptilians, I don't know, demons.
Interdimensional beings.
Interdimensional, that's right, man. Yeah.
Reverse engineering recovered material. And so stay tuned on that. It sounds like there is absolutely there. And we can look forward to, as you're talking about the future, we can look forward to learning a lot more about what the heck is going on with these, whether they're time travelers and they're humans coming back, or they're from another dimension.
Excuse me?
Yeah!
Or they're whatever, fill in the blank. But apparently it's real.
All right, man. Yeah, I like that twist right there. Time travelers from the future. Huge fan of that theory, man. And I've heard this put out there a lot by a lot of nut jobs in the dark corners of the web, but the idea that, the grays that we come into contact a lot, they're kind of like mechanical, digital, biological hybrid beings, and maybe we craft these gray beings in the future to go back in time and to, because they're like
the Terminators.
Yeah, or that Terminator, sure, or maybe
Terminator 2, because he was helping us in Terminator.
Right,
2.
This is Terminator 2, Judgment Day. Yeah, man.
So, dude, I put it into the AI, and the AI says, claim that soldiers in Vietnam saw demons through early night vision goggles is an urban legend, not factual occurrence.
Nah, man.
Wait for it though. Here's the cover up. These goggles, which used a different spectrum of light than green tinted models, were reported to show images that some soldiers interpreted as demonic entities.
Hey now.
But this was likely due to the technology's limitations and psychological factors.
Wait, so like on drugs? They were on a lot of drugs.
Frank, it's totally not true. Nobody saw demons except for these people that saw demons, but they were just but they were just crazy.
Gotcha. Okay, so no demons, right?
Totally a non-factual story, except for those guys that did see demons.
Yeah. All right. Nice.
But they're
dude.
crazy.
But they're crazy. So no demons. I love that. It's got an Epstein list twist to it. You know, there is a list. It's on my desk, but now there is no list, or there was a list, but it was a fake list.
Right.
You know, you just kind of keep going in circular motions with it. You never really get to the truth.
It's like, oh, that urban legend where they wake up in the bath of ice with no kidney. No, totally fake. Never happened. Oh, except for the times it did happen, but that was a liver.
Yeah,
so you're
man.
totally wrong.
All right. Well, so this is kind of cool. RFK read in on alleged alien technology that we got during the Roswell crash.
Why?
And
Why would the director?
I have no idea. No idea. It doesn't. Yeah, I mean,
I give this a thumbs down. Come on,
thumbs
Robert
down
Malone.
from
Stick with the
Mike.
mRNA
Wow.
vaccines. Dude.
Yeah, man. Stay in your lane, Robert
Stay
Malone.
in your lane, buddy. Yeah.
I'm sensing a narrative push here, and it does seem like we're hedging that way, as we've all seen throughout the news this week. Aliens are coming, Mike. You heard it right. The Interstellar Object 3I Atlas. They're speculating it could be a ship. This Harvard astrophysicist, he's all over the news. Ari Loeb, he's claiming he's nearly 100% certain that this is an alien ship based on its trajectory, the fact that it hasn't slowed down, that doesn't have the tail, and he's been going around saying like the sheer size of it's the size of Manhattan, and it's impossible for an object that big to be traversing as a solid state piece of rock. And so there's just all these anomalies involved, indicating that it's maybe not natural. And so
here's my take.
Yeah.
They're like speculating that this alien ship, and came from somewhere very far away, and they're timing their arrival perfectly so that we won't see them at the closest point because of the position of the sun.
Right.
So then why would they be coming in at a trajectory where we could see them this far in advance? Don't you think they would be smart enough to like come in at a pattern where they would always be blocked by the sun?
Very possible. Maybe they don't think we have the tech to catch them going this fast at how far they are at.
But come on.
Just saying. There's some interesting stuff came out this week in regards to the alien stuff, and especially with this interstellar object careening through space and entering our solar system. Some guy out in the 4chan arena, or the Reddit sphere, those kind of goofball areas of the interwebs, he put out this post claiming he's this 11-year veteran of some institution that receives radio wave signals, and they're kind of like what's that place out in Arizona where they're sending out signals to space? SETI, yeah. So he's one of these SETI guys for one of the universities in America, and apparently they received contact from an alien civilization back in May, and then eventually multiple other listening stations throughout the world, in like Chile and China and Australia, they too received the exact same messages, and it was decoded. And then once they started realizing, wow, this is a legit purposeful message transmitted to us from like a solar system with what we believe is a potential planet bigger than Earth that's in a Goldilocks zone. It's like 4.2 light years away. They believe this signal, or this guy alleges a signal was received. It was decoded worldwide, and then the 3-letter agencies jumped in and compartmentalized all the scientists, and nobody was able to share any info. But this happened at the beginning of summer, and that, it's some sort of communication alluding to the fact that our presence in the solar system is known, and maybe, just maybe, this connects to this interstellar object that could be a probe, or it could be a spaceship, it could be a weapon, it could just be a comet like the onomatopoeia. this scientist, he's saying that onomatopoeia guy was probably a probe that now the mothership is coming. They sent that first probe, check us out, see what's going on. Now they're bringing the mothership. And apparently, allegedly, some of the rumors out there, they're claiming, insiders are saying, the messages they've been receiving is they're coming for their crashed craft and the dead bodies, and they're going to take it back. So the stuff that crashed on Roswell and all the other spaceships that our governments in China and Russia have collected, now the mothership's coming to get the materials and the bodies back to their home planet. I don't believe any of this crap.
First of all, if the star is 4.2 billion light years away,
right,
there's no way any of our sound waves made it that far, or any of the waves that we're projecting made it that far.
Well,
it takes light 4.2 billion years to make it that far.
Right. Yeah, maybe they saw some images floating through the inner.
Nah.
Maybe they connected to our interwebs. I just think it's.
We found this new species. So much porn.
Yeah, they love porn, and they have this tradition of throwing dildos onto the basketball courts of their sports arenas. Yeah.
Seems like they don't care about the female athletes at all.
I believe there's a lot of talk and a lot of energy and focus right now on extraterrestrials, NIH, all this nonsense. I have, just like when they were trying to distract us with the drone show during the election back last summer. This all just seems to kind of lead towards some sort of mass culling, some sort of moment where they need to get us all under one understanding or belief. The Project Bluebeam concept is fake alien invasion used to unite the world under one umbrella government to fend off this alien invasion. And the aliens will be used as a means to convince us with very little need of actual convincing, because our lives will be in danger, where our planet's about to be invaded. They'll easily convince us all to relinquish all of our freedoms and all of that stuff, and to submit to the cause of the planet to save us from this alien race. And then ultimately, Project Bluebeam culminates with the new alien messiah appearing in space and fending off the aliens and saving us. And then we worship this new messiah who brings in the technocratic enslavement that will be run by Palantir, I believe, will be who's running all it all. Ultimately, this all goes back to Palantir, Peter Thiel, and the Ashkenazi Jews. I think that's we just all lump it all into that. That's what this is all about. Where's my Ian Carrolls of the world?
Ashkenazi Jews, man. That's what it all comes down to.
Yeah, man. So that's Project Bluebeam. I think that's why we're getting a lot of this nonsense flooding through the airwaves. That or maybe publicly and privately and politically, we might have gotten really close to actually legitimately getting some info on the Epstein list, and they're like, bring out the aliens! Yeah, do the light show! We'll do the comet, the mothership, the whole thing! The fake alien Jesus, bring them out! Bring them out! Come on!
Dear God, do you know who's on that list? Let's go, people!
Alien Jesus, you're up! Let's go!
Bob, you better hustle. You were there too. Let's go, everybody. All hands on deck.
I mean, when you really want to think about the Epstein thing, you must envision like a dark room in this like cavern deep below, miles below Washington, D.C., and Trump's taking an elevator down there, and the elevator opens, and around the table, it's Bill Gates, the Clintons, the royals, you got King Charles there, they're all sitting there. Trump sits down, he's like, all right, what are we going to do, people? How do we spin this cycle, man? So, all right, bring the aliens. Let's go.
All the great murderers of our time.
They're all down there around this giant fucking table just plotting, like, how do we bury this Epstein list, man?
It's the one thing we all agree on. Hey, speaking of Bill Gates, before we go, we got to talk about the butter.
Dude, okay, so...
Come on. Talk about stay in your lane. Okay, Robert Malone, stick to the vaccines and the biology, right? Bill Gates, stick with the fucking code and the computers. Stop getting into our food, man.
I have, let's see here. I have a clip from CBS News Chicago, local affiliate, Mike. You guys are just rocking and rolling these days. So, we did talk about this not too long ago. It was Bill in his little fake kitchen with those people. They're doing a promo piece for his YouTube channel. And
all that
Bill,
fake meat and shit.
Yeah, that's right. And they were doing so, and they did talk about the fake fat and the fake butter. And so here we are, months later, and we're doing it.
Breakthrough? It's happening right here in Batavia. In the middle of an industrial park in a suburb west of Chicago, something unprecedented is happening.
So you're using this gas right now to like cook your food. And we're proposing that we would like to first make your food with that gas.
The company is called Savor. And you better
This is so unreal, man.
believe it. Their pioneering tech uses carbon and hydrogen to make the stick of butter you see on this plate.
This is pretty novel to be able to make food that...
This is who we need to be getting our health advice from and what to eat. This person, not RFK, that tanned dude in his 70s who can bench press and go to the gym every Sunday. No, this is who you want to get your advice from.
Looks and tastes and feels exactly like dairy butter, but with no agriculture whatsoever.
And no long ingredient
Like,
list
I already
the
don't
average
trust you
person...
because you hyphenated your name. Like, get out of here, you liberal cunt.
She's a food scientist, man. Come on.
can't pronounce.
It's really just our fat, some water, a little bit of lecithin as an emulsifier, and some natural flavor and color.
How?
I
Fats are
love
made
it.
up...
No, it's totally fine. It's just this fat we created from nothing. From natural gas. An emulsifier. Artificial coloring.
It's way better than getting this from the cow. Trust us. It's so much safer.
Oh, Frank, you get the milk from the cow, you churn it, and then you have butter. That's not so unnatural.
No emulsifying agent? Come on, man. You're missing out on your emulsifying agents here.
That's what gives it the flavor, the emulsifier.
Of carbon and hydrogen chains. The goal here, replicate those chains without animals or plants. And they...
Yeah, you know that natural stuff humans have been utilizing for the entirety of humanity? Forget about it. We got emulsifying agents over here, man.
And it's not like we ever tried this before. What's that? Margarine? Oh. You know? Then everybody found out it was terrible for you.
Yeah, literally, dude. Worse for you than butter.
And butter is so good. Dude, we went to breakfast this morning. Great little spot. And you could just taste that everything was cooked in butter. Even like the hash browns.
Yes,
like
man.
It is so much better. The omelet, the hash browns, everything was just so much better.
That is soul food cooked with love, my man. That's what that is.
Butter and fat is like the only thing you should cook with.
Yes.
Maybe some olive oil, but man.
Olive oil and butter, dude. There's nothing wrong with it, man. It's good for you.
They tell me to simplify. They take carbon dioxide from the air and hydrogen from water, heat them up and oxidize.
Hey, we'll take some of the chemtrail air and we'll do the fluoridated water and we'll make some butter for you.
You know, we used to have equipment that did this. It's called a cow.
I know.
Takes in the carbon from the grass and everything, and takes the air, and then it produces milk, which you make butter from. You know?
Yeah,
it's
amazing.
Crazy.
Oh man.
Them. The final result.
It looks like a wax, like a candle wax at first,
but they're fat molecules, like the one.
You're really not selling us on this new butter, man.
Well, the best part was they had Bill Gates and all the scientists lined up. Like, who could really sell this? She was the best they had.
That's right.
Everybody else looked way too evil.
Is Fabio still alive? What's going on here, man? No Fabio for this?
ones in beef, cheese, or vegetable oils.
Sustainability is...
Imagine the thinking back then, dude. We just took oil byproducts and made butter. How do we get people to eat it? Call Fabio.
Fabio, dude.
He'll sell millions. Mothers around the country will give this bullshit to their kids because Fabio on a horse said, "I can't believe it's not butter." Yeah.
Do you remember the commercial?
She wanted to remember.
Do you remember it at all?
They were fantastic. Him on the horse.
Dude, all I was thinking about when I was watching this was the Fabio commercial, dude. These were so fucking funny, man. It's unbelievable that we got to watch this when we were kids.
She wanted to remember the love they shared for butter, but cholesterol took away their passion until...
I can't believe it's no butter.
I can't believe...
I can't believe it's not butter.
I love it, dude. That was the 90s, man. Men were objectified just as much as women. No discrimination.
I can't believe it's not butter. That's so awesome,
Fabio,
dude.
good genes.
Yeah, good genes. So fucking funny. That's where we were at then. Now we're here. We got this crap, whatever they're making in the fucking laboratory.
I love how that Bill Gates didn't even make an appearance.
Oh no, Mike, I
hate to
picked this
tell
clip.
you guys, the sweater hasn't been working.
Nobody believed my book tour with the picture of me as an 8-year-old.
No, I wore the collar under the sweater and everything.
Nothing worked. No, there's always a payoff with these clips, man.
Why we are here.
It's all done releasing 0 greenhouse gases, using no farmland to feed cows.
We're like not at full capacity in this facility yet.
And even though we're standing in a factory setting,
And in addition to the carbon footprint being much lower for a process like this, right, the land footprint is like 1,000 times lower than what you need in traditional agriculture.
I know what you're thinking.
I think we need to taste this. I would love for you to taste this.
How does it taste?
I love butter, so I'm going to take a really
Yeah.
amount.
She's gonna slap it on there.
Surprisingly, like butter.
Cheers.
So now we're watching these two chicks. They're eating some bread with some butter on it. It's a nice little pause here.
Yeah, but it's not even the taste.
Here's the butter.
Another reason they say this makes an impact, no palm oil, a significant contributor to deforestation and climate change. That's not all. Of the 51 billion tons of greenhouse gases emitted every year, 7% is from the production of fats and oils from animals and plants. So,
what does that compare to what they're doing in China? It's nothing,
Not only
man.
that, one volcano goes off. And
Yes,
it's like it's so much CO2.
So when could you get a taste yourself? Right now, they're working directly with restaurants, bakeries, and food suppliers, releasing these chocolates made with their butter in time for the holidays.
Savor butter in either its current manifestation or with our partners. We expect that to be on the shelves kind of more like around 2027.
Their teams here in Batavia, Illinois, and their home lab base in San Jose, California, backed by Bill Gates, who wrote,
Excuse me?
Yeah, always. They love to wait till the end. They toss it in there.
in his blog, quote, "The idea of switching to lab-made fats and oils may seem strange at first, but their potential to significantly reduce our carbon footprint is immense.
God.
Believe
Yeah, man. And this is why I loved this clip too, because with everything Bill Gates, he sneaks in there and he ends up owning 24% of the farmland in the United States. He owns
crazy.
2.4% of the farmland here in Colorado alone. It's absolutely ridiculous. And he doesn't do it with Bill Gates Foundation. He creates these companies, these sub-companies like Savor. And you see, oh, it's Savor Butter. Oh, okay, whatever that is, you're not thinking in your head, oh, this might be some genetically modified scientific experiment by Bill Gates in some lab. And then you start, but you do a little investigating, you're looking at your apple that's been on your counter for 2 months and it hasn't changed in any way. And you're like, wait, why is the outside perfectly fine, but the inside has rotted? What is going on here? Oh, my organic apple has Appeal, which is a Bill Gates company where they're basically genetically designing a wax coating that naturally grows on the apple.
I know they say those are like the most unhealthy fruits. The
Anything
appeals.
anything connected to Bill Gates is poison for you. I promise you that.
Yeah.
Wherever
And
you
always
are.
remember, Putin wouldn't let that shit in his country.
Yeah, man.
But
the
we
food,
feed it to our people.
Dude, the food that's GMOs. I mean, Putin wouldn't even let the vaccine into his country. They did their own natural vaccine in Russia for the
Sputnik.
COVID-19. Yeah, man. That's right, man.
Sputnik.
So, Bill Gates, always slithering his way into all of our lives on some level. Whether it's in the vaccines they give us as kids, or in the food we're eating with his GMOs, or if it's the chemtrails spraying his Aerovax mRNA technology upon us. This guy is just poisoning the planet. His life mission is to depopulate this planet.
Yes.
And when it comes to depopulation, the population is you that he wants to out of this place, man. So that's what it always comes down to with this guy. So
One of the
don't
craziest
eat the
craziest things in the real Anthony Fauci. One of the craziest quotes is from Bill Gates when he says, "Everywhere I go, it seems like the Rockefeller was already here."
Oh man!
And it's literally like this oil guy who got us to change over to these like consuming oil
Yes.
byproducts, and then Bill Gates just kind of took over where he left off, and has slowly filled the void that they left in killing people and experimenting on, unsuspecting third world patients.
Yeah, man, the eugenics, it just goes round and round and
It's
round
so
and round
sick.
and round, man.
It's so
Yeah,
sick.
that's right.
I urge
dude.
everybody to read that book. And come to
Absolutely.
your own conclusion.
Yes. Hey, and don't take our word for it. That's Bill Gates' word
Bill
to you.
Gates.
You make your own conclusion on what kind of guy he is, him and Tony Fauci.
And then ask yourself if you want him to control your food.
Right. I mean, stop eating McDonald's, folks. It's already poison as it is, but Bill
but
Gates is
Frank, the
making the
snack wrap
potatoes.
is back.
I know. And speaking of not coming back, The View, allegedly, rumor floating out there, canceled. I haven't gotten any definitive. I just saw like the rumors percolating out there. So, the View may go the way of the McRib.
It's all over X, which means we'll hear about it on the regular news in about 5 days.
Good call. That's
right. About the
Yeah,
delay. So stupid.
Oh, man. Well, Mike, I can't believe I'm saying it. There's no doubt about it. This right here is the fastest hour in the universe. I want to thank everybody for hanging out, enjoying the good times, and great oldies. D-Day 007 always popping in there in the chat. #1 fan. Appreciate it.
007.
Hope all the dude Seans out there are doing
She's
well.
on the couch right now.
We will be back on Tuesday. I hope everybody has a great rest of your weekend. So much more to catch up on the docket. We never get it all, and that's why we do the Tuesday show. DJ Rodfather, are you lined up and ready to
I
rock
think I
out on
got
this
it.
one? All right, man. Very nice. So we will see you all on Tuesday. Have a great night. Watch those chemtrails in the skies, folks. They're killing us. And I got chemtrail
hear
stuff
it?
for the next show. No, Yeah, all right. Very nice.
Sorry about that.
It's a good one, though. Nice
Great tune.
track. All right, man. We'll see you all in a couple days.
Thank you.
Some things are not like me. Don't expect me to cry for all the reasons you have to die. Don't ever ask love of me. Don't expect me to cry. Don't expect me to lie. Don't expect me to die for me. Jesus don't want to fool some things I'm violating at me. Don't expect me to cry for all the reasons you have to die. Don't ever ask your love expect me to cry. Don't expect me to lie. Don't expect me